as you can see, these are all inscriptions that would have been made by the prisoners held in the salt tower over the years. The main extent of these type of inscriptions are in the Legion Tower, and I think that is closed at the moment, but we'll double check. I'm pretty certain it is. Some of them are quite simple, as you can see, and some of them are very, very complex. Someone's carved in. And I'm labour in prison. As you can see, the architecture in this room just on its own is amazing. The inscriptions, that makes it more interesting. Chimney. Oh, that's that one. Oh, the fact that this room had a fireplace, would have been far more important. Prisoners were kept. You had to pay for your own food, drink and firewood and things like that, which your family would do, or your supporters or friends. Shard, outer curtain wall, as you can all see, this is very, very interesting. Oh, look at this one to ourselves as well at the moment. These have all been covered up by perspex, as you can see the shininess, because they need protecting. I think it's once every few years or so they take these off and they're cleaned very, very lightly with a rabbit hair brush, which is the softest thing we can use. See, look, gives you who they are, and that this is much clearer. I've been lent this phone to do recordings with, so it's ideal for inside the room because it's so clear. This is where the perspex is. You have to make sure you get the right bits. As you can see, a view of outside. We've more or less got a place to ourselves. It's very, very quiet today. Very, very quiet. Which is not good, because this place only remains open because of the money it earns from tourism. And it only remains maintained and in the amazing condition that it is, also because of that money gained from tourism. Yes. Some countries, like some people, can't travel at all, can they? So, oh look, this is an amazing one. I'm glad we didn't miss that. I'll show you the description first so you can have a read of that. And this is amazing, look. Detail in that. That's sphere is surrounded by the signs of the zodiac. Oh, that's really amazing. And you think that they carve these things with penknives and knives and bits of bone and things like that. They had a lot of time on their hands while they were waiting to either be set free or executed. That's a real one. This is in the upper part of the salt tower, by the way. To access the larder, you access it from. You can't get into the larder from in here unless you go through these stairs, but they're always closed. So for us to access the larder, you have to go out, down, and up. And you see what I mean about these stairs. And the thing, which would have made it very hard for you to strike the sword up the stairs as well. If you are remotely, this is where I've always wanted to go up these bits. That goes up onto the roof and things, but obviously you can't, not allowed. Some more views. Shard again. That's going to look amazing lit up in the evening against the wall of the tower. Now we're going at somewhere where I think you'll all like. Particularly tall, so I am to tiptoe here. This is the approach onto Tower Bridge. This is where I was the other day. Down there, where the yeoman ordered to lift some of the houses. The architecture in this place is just amazing. You walk along this parapet along here. I'm not sure if it was down this bit down there or the bit we're going to, but the old military firing range was there, and that's where the spies were all executed in the First World War. Karl Hans Lodi. The last person to be executed in this place was in the Second World War, and that was Joseph Jacobs, who was a spy also in the White Tower. I'm not sure if it's still on display because it's quite a sensitive topic. It's the chair that he was shot in, and you can see that bit's been blown out. If that's there, I will show you that. Yeah, you see that the yeoman orders. If you watch any programmes about the tower, this one here, the man that basically lives in that, he loves his gardens, so he's got lots of plants and things up, which is nice. This is called the Broad Arrow Tower, and this was built in the year 1240. So yeah, 1240, so it's obviously one of the earlier bits from the period's time. Show you the door. Very narrow. You see how these are so narrow? It makes them really easy to defend. In case of attack, some of them are wooden platforms. This is good for the kids, this is, and things like this, because this is what makes it more hands-on for them. This is a crossbow, and you can actually touch and move these things and see how they would have worked in this. Amazing. And as you can see, it's more graffiti. Dark in this room, another fireplace. So whoever would have been kept prisoner in here would have been fairly important to allow the fireplace. More graffiti and inscriptions. Oh, that one's an upside down lock. Oh, it could be a teardrop.
Lift up one of them and say, where those names.
to wind it back, into the leg bit, until this bit went all the way back. And when they fired one of these things, it could literally go from 5 or 10 minutes. It didn't stop straight away, so the damage it could cause was enormous. More inscriptions, but it's very dark in here, so I don't think you'll get them very well.
That's the best one.
You can put these on as well if you want to, and they really do weight on them. These are like the interactive bits for the children, which I think is really great because it
In emergency call surgeon.
1556 was plotting to rob the exchequer. He's got on close control. This is a chainmail vest. Common now in those days. Customized suits of armour. I've got going customized suits of armour on that.
You ready? Yeah.
This is an interesting bit here. Under the stairs, of course. I like this bit. And you can see the young and oldest houses down there. This is the man that loves all the plants. He's on the 2019 or 2020 edition of The Tower, which is you'll find on YouTube, BBC Vision, Sky, anything like that. If you like anything about the tower, just type in the tower on one of those and you'll come up with no end of documentaries. Tower Hill going down that way. So we're approaching the Tower Bridge. And here what we're going to see in a minute. I can't see them very well when I'm down on the road because my eyesight's poor. But these are those iron things, look. And this one's got a crossbow. It's an invader. And this is a replication of what would have been here in the 1200s. This is to defend. So this is what would have been, well, they defended from the peasants' revolt. Look out for the attackers. So there's big things going on. They would have put those types of things like wars, invasions, and this place was easily defended. This is called the Constable Tower, and it was built in 1240 and rebuilt in the 19th century because it was in such bad repair. This is one of the ones I was saying about where they made it look more medieval with the crenellations and things. Right, he's loading up one of those ones I showed you that pulls back, you wind them round, pulls that thing all the way up to the top. And when they fire that at someone, it goes through them and about 10 other people. Oh, this is interesting. So it shows the peasants' revolt. Each one's got a little scene in it. That's really clever, look, they did it. The stars, they didn't have that last time. Okay. This is the tower as it would have appeared in those days. 1381. See what I mean about with the planar dome tops and the bell tower. Henry VIII had those taken and replaced with the onion top there as well. But as you see that there are more buildings in here than there are now. There's a development school and people. I like things like this because I think they show what people in the market do. Simon Sudbury was a very unpopular man. They dragged him out and cut his head off. And his head is kept in a college or church somewhere in the countryside. Simon Sudbury was the king's man, and he was basically the tax collector or whatnot. The man, the front man that got the blame for all the king's decisions. And Simon Sudbury ended his life in service to the king, his head being chopped off by common people, not by a professional headsman, so it wouldn't have been a nice clean job. Here you will only see the outside of this bit because you are forbidden to film in there. Jewel House, it's the Wellington Barracks. Interestingly enough, where you see that clock tower there, the Crotons were both held prisoner there for doing a bunk from national service basically, and German prisoners of war were held in there as well in the Second World War. Now you'll see, you're looking at Tower Green there, where all the most important people were executed. This is what I was saying about when I did my video outside the tower. Brilliant, and you can see them much better now. Look, these are made from wire meshing. They're the apes and the monkeys that are all along. Oh, they've put Christmas presents there. This is when the Royal Menagerie was at the tower, and yeah, there were some nasty accidents with that one. Someone got their arm bitten off, someone got mauled by one of the monkeys, and the Duke of Wellington, when he was constable of the tower, he was a very precise military man, really had enough of it, and sent them packing. The Martin Tower, which is closed unfortunately. Because it's so confined in there, you see. And basically some of the Georgian crowns in the Georgian era, the frames, not all the diamonds in it, the frames are kept in there. So it's semi-secure, semi-whatnot, but it's very narrow, and that's obviously why it's closed. But pretty much everything, apart from the Martin Tower and the Beecham's Tower, seems to be open. What you're seeing here is the White Tower, William the Conqueror's bit of the Tower of London. And once again, my favourite thing, which is what you get the old with the new, which is the old of the tower with the new of the shard, which I think looks brilliant, especially at evening time when that's lit up. So I'll give you another pan round. You get the bus from where I live, that's where you come through there, through that road there, then you get all the lovely view of the tower as you go along, and then you stop there, get off and come in here. I made a deliberate point on the family page, which was most of where this kind of thing was going, but I've got a separate page for it now. I made a deliberate point of saying to you, well, no, I'm not going to come, it's 29 quid for this and that, and I really moaned and grumbled. And I did that for a reason, because it's very difficult times at the moment. A lot of people are stressed out, pissed off, worried, and I thought it would be nice to share this experience with all of you and do it as a surprise. So this is why we're sharing, we're here. I tried to play it down and say that I wasn't going to come, and I hope that it has proved a nice surprise for you all. This is the spires I was on about. I will show you this. Spires shot at the tower. Interestingly enough, all the spires that were shot here in World War I are buried in East London Cemetery, which is literally over the road from me. Karl-Heinz Lodi has his own grave for some reason. The others are all buried in one big grave, but I will do a separate live on that. What I may do is get these two like this video and that one, and I'll put them together so you can see. Basically shows where the firing range was, and that's where these men were executed. Last one, as I said, to be executed here was Joseph Jacobs in the Second World War. It's nice and clear, this phone. So if anyone could, when you see these videos, will you let me know if you're noticing a difference between the picture quality now and the picture quality of what I was showing a few days ago, please. I'd be very grateful if you would. These are the men. Karl-Heinz Lodi, he's got his own grave, I will show you that. Karl Friedrich Müller, Wilhelm Johannes Roos, oh goodness, H.P.M. Johansen, Ernst Melin, Augusto Alfredo Rogan, Fernando Bastian, George Tropt, Raquel. I will print stop because I'm ruining these people's names, so I will just show them. I do have German blood myself, and but translating that is a little bit difficult for me. Translating, pronouncing them properly, I mean. Whether they were enemies or not, these men were human beings and someone's son, just the same as our spies that were killed there. So yeah, I want to highlight that. Right. We are going to go down these pretty little stairs, which are extremely slippery, I must admit, so I'm going careful. I could have worn, I've got steel toe cap boots which I could have worn today, but they're so heavy and my legs are aching already, so pulling them around. But they are handy if you're going up dodgy stone stairs, because when you smash your toes up you don't feel anything. More close to the monkeys now. We'll go down this way, which I think may be open. Yeah, it is. And I'm hoping that the public toilets are open here, which they should be. Yes. This is where you go in to view the jewels in there. I will not even attempt to film in there. There are pictures in the public domain, which I will put some of those on, of the jewels. Anyone that does try to film in there, all I'll say to you is good luck. Good luck to you, my friend. So what we've got, this is what I wanted to highlight, and you can see them much clearer now. These apes and monkeys and things, they are made from wire mesh. My other phone didn't show the quality. Ah, brilliant, this is perfect, yeah. They're made from wire mesh, and they depict all the animals that would have been at the Tower Menagerie in its day. There's one on top of it. Very sorry. Yeah, look at that lovely Christmas display and stuff. So to get something to eat. This is where you go in to view the jewels. Come out of viewing the jewels. This is more like curtain wall and stuff. I am going to locate the privy, as it would have been called in these days. Oh god, that's the woman's one, that would have been embarrassing. And I am then going to perform privy water, as they would have also said in those days. And I shall come back out in a minute and I'll start again. Gents' toilet, which is my port of call now. Thank God they're open. But I just want to give you a pan round of the architecture, and the quality on this phone is so much better. So a big thank you to Mariam, my mother, for letting me use this one and borrow it while I do these recordings. As I said before, she's known as 60 phones Maui. One thing my mother has a lot of in abundance is mobile phones. Bless her dear little heart. There's all restricted bits. Can't go along there. I have to look carefully because where I'm watching the phone, if I see a chain, or if there is a chain, I won't see it, and then I will go arse over to it. Not only will I embarrass myself, but I will also break someone else's nicer iPhone, which is not going to happen. So right, yep, I'm going to get you to 28 minutes, and then I'm going to go and perform privy water, as I said. But this is all the curtain wall where they would have defended from up here. It's just, this place is amazing, absolutely amazing. And I hope you're all enjoying this tour, because I know not everyone will get to see this, or can't get to see it, because I struggle with the stairs enough as it is at the moment, and I wonder if this may be my last visit, or one of the last visits, which is why I'm getting in doing this.